Alright, today we're going to start conic section, and the first thing we're going to look at is circles. We've kind of already done this when we were doing inequalities, where we were shading inside or outside the circle depending on the inequalities. So these are just going to be equations, so the actual picture would just be a circle, no shading involved. And so up at the top, here's the formula for the circle. It's the quantity x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals the radius squared, where the center of the circle is the point hk and the radius is r. So you're taking the square root of that number. So on example 1, we're going to find, given the equation, find the center and the radius of the circle. Well, you need to remember this is negative, so when I look at what my h would be, it's going to be the opposite of that number. So my center on this particular circle is -1, and then the opposite of -3 would be +3, so -1, 3, and the radius will be the square root of 4, which is 2. So if you remember how to graph a circle, you're going to plot the center, so -1, +3, and then we're just going to go right, left, up and down, whatever the radius is. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then just do your best job to make a circle. No shading, that's just the center, that's just the graph, is just that circle. So on this particular one, if you notice, there's nothing with that x. That tells me my x coordinate is 0. And then my y coordinate would be the opposite of +5, which would be -5. And your radius is the square root of 5. Well, that's not a perfect square, so let's get our calculator out so we can approximate what square root of 5 is. So second square root 5. So that's 2.2 approximately. So that when we are moving right, left, up, and down, we will be going about 2.2 units away. So 0, -5 is right there. So I'm going to go out just a little bit more than 2. And connect. So down here, they're giving me the center and the radius, and I have to find the equation of the circle. So again, your equation's up here. So we're going to go x minus a -3 squared plus y minus 7 squared, that's my h, that's my k, equals 5 squared. So then I will do x minus a negative would be plus 3 squared plus y minus 7 squared equals 25. So that is the equation of my circle. Down here, my h, my k, that's my r. So x minus 0 squared plus y minus 0 squared equals the square root of 10 squared. X minus 0 is just x, so x squared plus y squared. And if you square the square root of 10, you get the square root of 100, which is 10. Here's my h, my k, so x minus a -2 squared, y minus a -6 squared equals 2 radical 7 squared. So this will be x minus a negative would be plus 2 squared. Y minus a -6 would be y plus 6 squared. And when I square that, I get 28. And how you get that is you're going to square the outside, which is 4, and you square a square root, it cancels the root, so you get 4 times 7 is 28. There is my equation.